Thank you for inviting me. And of course, Balkans is a traditional conference for youth, for future leaders from the region and future European leaders who are interested in the region of Western Balkans. Balkan States stands for Balkans Security Youth Security Architecture Seminar. Our focus is to discuss security issues, problems, and in the region. And we always try to discuss these things in the framework of future cooperative security frameworks, future peace, future mutual prosperity, and this is the aim of the event. It's very important that the event is really organized by the youth section of the Euro-Atlantic Council of Slovenia. They are very keen on organizing that. They are able through this mechanism to grow. If you organize as students an international conference participated by people from different continents and sponsored by important institutions, that means something in the life of people. And of course, on the other hand, we have the participants. We have very we always have to do very serious selection because we are covering basically all the costs in a lot of applications that we see. We had 160 applications and we selected around 40 people. So these selected people are smartest, brightest, people who already have done some things, or their writing or their young career of a prospective career enthusiasts or something like that. And because of high selection, the kids here always very interesting speakers. We have coming people like former presidents, national state advisors, high officials from Slovenia or from abroad or from international conference organizations. And these students already give them a hard time, which is actually fantastic. We are joined by common interests, so we have great speakers and we have great students. And the meaning of this is like, as I didn't mention, this is the 13th consecutive conference. And with this conference, we're trying to make an impact in the region. This impact is, of course, not high. We are not talking about late strategic conference organized by the government. Of course, we are not so highly profile, but our impact in the region is, through future leaders, through smartest people who are getting in the process of growing the details that they need or to become smarter, more responsible, and of course, at the end, more influential people. Well, market has always been more interest from outside than from inside. If I cynically say this, but let me elaborate. So if you don't have power, theoretically speaking, if you don't have some kind of power which prevents foreign influence, for example, Yugoslavia was some kind of power preventing the kind of stability and prevent this influence to some extent. If you have many smaller states, some of them weaker than others, and the history of conflicts, this is very, as we know, useful playground for anyone from abroad to test, to exert influence, to use and even misuse the region. And we have seen in the past, the region has been influenced from all sides of our sky, from east, from north, from south, from the west. But talking about Russia, it's of course quite clear. The situation is quite clear. Serbia is in a way divided on it's in a way stuck on their way to the European Union. military speaking, tries to be more neutral. On the other hand, tries to foster best relations with Russia and China. And of course, for Russia, Serbia is a great entry point. It's not only for influencing public opinion in Serbia, but also in the wider region. Russia is doing that through their media outlets, which are legal in Serbia, and through these outlets, Russia influences also public opinion in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which on the other hand is also a very divided country, also in terms of their potential joining NATO, internal cohesion, political rivalries, and things like that. And
Yeah.
of course, the influence of the situation in Kosovo between Serbs and Albanians. So the influence is here. It's a very systematic one. It has impact in the messages. The messages, in a way. I mean, there are many headlines. So main goals of this information campaign, but the most important are actually the same as in the North and Central Europe. And this is that EU is a weak actor, NATO is a bad actor. There is fascism rising from the West, and and this kind of approach has been used not only now but also in the times of Cold War. So that's it. This influence also continues to divide the region politically, internally, and I guess it's quite difficult for the local population, sometimes to believe or to know what actually is the truth, maybe about the Ukrainian war or something like that. Because with all this information coming from all sides, it's kind of, we all have these problems in modern world. We call it world post-truth reality world, where the dark horse problem is just to figure out what is the truth. And Western Balkans is not an exception here. But from the Russian side, we have seen quite extensive operations and efforts. Not only for informing, but also for this movement. Yeah, well, the second part of the question is easier. Slovenia has always been, as a former Republic of Yugoslavia, has always been very much interested and very much sensitive for the security and economic situation in the region. Slovenia has been supporting all cooperative processes in the region. Has been a great supporter of Montenegro, a great supporter of Macedonia, North Macedonia. Also, Bosnia has had a great dialogue always with Serbia, not to mention our close borders with Croatia, and also in Brussels, or also now as a non-permanent member of the Security Council. Slovenia has always acted as a country which gives early warning, as a country which brings recommendations what to do, as a country which leads some initiatives or has initiatives, and this also includes our worry and concern for the state of democracy in the country, for the media freedom in the country, for the media freedom. And also for the, disinformation. Disinformation is a kind of spoil in the information space where, because its purpose is to confuse people or mislead people, and that's not beneficial for the region. So here Slovenia at the general level has always been, helping. More specifically, the state or the level of disinformation is difficult to grasp also from the Slovenian perspective internally. So we have some different ministries and the government, the probation office, because some groups which are trying to tackle the disinformation coming from Slovenia, and then we would somehow expect that also other countries in the region would start developing the same bodies for dealing with that. We also would need to apply more software, maybe also AI supported solutions to identify the disinformation and also apply in the region, not only in Slovenia. But it's very difficult because it's the way how disinformation spreads is not mathematically symmetric, or it's not so clear. There are so many potential actors which just we just take information, add some information, so that at the end, even the person who was injecting this information, at the end of the chain, even the person who injected this doesn't know exactly what happens to that using the information or the information. So it's very difficult for Slovenia and also for European Union. In the European Union, we have some kind of EU has East Stratcom task force, which is publishing disinformation review, which can be ordered also in the Western Balkans, and maybe even communicate that well enough. But there exists disinformation review published by the EU, which actually is pretty much case-based. So they identify the cases of disinformation, they extract the narrative, so that responsible journalists or editors or academics or whoever, you and me, could look at this and say, all right, so this is what's now happening, and this information really is not real. This is an invention by someone for malicious purposes. So that's how. So let's say Slovenia, through its influence on in the media freedom dimension, the dimension of state of democracy, will always, and is also paying attention what's happening in the region. And as you know, the context is not good. So the risks are high. So here, I think we will also have to do much more to help the region, but of course also the region will have to do much more to help itself.